excited to be making content again. And this video is a shout out to Catherine. I'll tag her business below. She responded to me in a Facebook business group because I was saying, tell me what you're bumping into, and I'll try and make a video to help you. Um, Catherine lives in Adelaide, I think, and has an amazing, gorgeous business. You should definitely check her out. Today, I'm going to be just talking a little bit about when you import and export out of one email service, you export out of that email service to get you ready to get into a new email service. Um, so you may have just decided, oh, I'm done with that service. I need to reduce costs, or I actually need to upgrade because I need a different, better service. When you get out of your email service, they're going to let you export a list, and it's going to potentially have some information that you want and some you don't. And then if you just get that email, the spreadsheet that they've given you, and you don't really change it in any way, it's possibly not really going to be exactly right when you bring it into a new service. You might experience things like not getting people's names and emails. I think that's what Catherine said. She said it only brought in their emails, it didn't bring in their tags and things like that. So it's true. You can't exactly come out of one service and straight into another service with the exact same spreadsheet. What I tend to do is I will download, like I'll export my list as a CSV. That's step one. Then I'll look at that CSV or spreadsheet or whatever I've got, and I'll just try to make sense of what it's delivered me and which pieces of that I actually want to move forward with. Because definitely, I've got one I can show you here from Mailchimp. This is actually taken all the true names of people, and this is all fake emails, fake names, right? But this is an actual example from a client with all the stuff that comes in from Mailchimp. All right. Now, really, we only really want, the first name and the last name and the email address. So what I would do is go in and actually just highlight all these other columns and get rid of them, because it's going to just be messy when you bring it in to a new service. So what my vision would be when I'm importing is really just to bring in a very neat CSV, which just has email, name, and last name. And I guess if you have really important strategic tags, then maybe I'd make another column and I'd call it tag one. Um, and then I might make another one called tag two. Like if you can retain the tags, and then maybe it'd be here. Oops, that would probably be here because these are all the people that are tagged with fun, and these are all the people that are tagged with happy. So there may be a way, like when you get your spreadsheet, have a look. And if the tags are listed, see if there's a way that you can do the work here. Because when you bring it over to a new service, yeah, it's going to be different. Say MailChimp has tagging, MailerLite uses groups. So it is definitely going to change. And what you might want to do is bring people in little chunks. So this might be all the people for my group called Fun. And then I'm going to have another spreadsheet, which is all my people that are going into the group happy. So I guess it is about knowing, like, how does this email platform work and how does the new email platform work, and which bits are transferable and how can I optimize? Because when you come in, let's say we go in now to my MailerLite, see if I can get in. It's probably going to want to verify me. I'm going to pause probably. Yes, because um, oh, I thought it was going to 2FA me, but it hasn't asked for that, so that's fun. Let's screen share again. Um, so when I look at subscribers, I just actually want to shrink this so I'm not sharing any private data. How far can we go? Can we go any further before we see anyone's details? So this is, oh great, MailerLite. Don't see anything anyway. Well, when I go to add subscribers, I'm going to choose to add them via CSV. Then I'm going to choose my fancy document I've created. So I actually have to go in to my document and I need to export it as a CSV. So make sure you're bringing in a CSV. I don't know if you can see this window because I don't think I'm sharing this, but I'm just going to create um, my spreadsheet as a CSV before I try and bring it in. Yeah, I could have brought in an Excel, but I'm going to try and bring in this cute little demo list that I made. And what it's going to do is it's going to say um, to match the fields. So this one, yes, that's email. First name, Skip. No, I don't want to skip. That's their first name. This one's their last name. This one, so this is a tag, but we don't have tags in here. So we could bring it as a text field, we could bring it in as something else, but I'm probably going to skip those columns because MailerLite doesn't have any scope for that. But what I would do is I would bring them all into a specific group and I would bring these guys into the fun group. And if I haven't created that group yet, it's a one click to make a new group. So I guess I'm used to MailerLite. I feel like it does make it easy. I can create the groups as I go. And so I'd be looking at exporting out of Mailchimp in groups of tagging and bringing them into MailerLite and setting them up when I import them, bringing them into a group based on those tags. I don't know if I'm making it easier or harder because there's a lot of similar words here, aren't there? But mainly what I'm saying is MailChimp. We want to get people out of there. We want to retain their tagging. MailerLite doesn't really use tagging, uses groups instead. Let's export from MailChimp by tag. So all these people associated with this tag, let's export them. Let's look at that CSV and delete all the junk. We just want name, last name, email. And if there's anything else really critical, like if you're collecting phone numbers or addresses, I guess you want to retain that. Get a tidy CSV file. Come over to MailerLite, import those people into MailerLite. And when you're importing them as a CSV, create the new group. And that is essentially going to behave just like tagging did at MailChimp. It's the same function. It means I'm going to send to only those people. And I have not reached a limit on my groups. I have so many groups in MailerLite and they haven't, I'm on the free plan, and they haven't said, hey, you've got too many groups, we're going to limit you. I can still just create more and more groups. And some of my groups only have a few people. It just depends on what, what your processes are and what you need. I hope I've made that more helpful, like more better, more gooder, easier, better. I don't know if I have. So I'd love to hear from you. Are you moving from MailerLite over to MailChimp, vice versa? Also, MailerLite has a pretty cool button. I don't know if they have it anymore. Let's share the whole screen for a second. But I'm pretty sure I actually want to cancel this. Don't want to bring that in. That was a bunch of fakers and me. When I go to subscribers, and I want to add subscribers, one of the options is import from MailChimp. And I imagine that when you do that, you're going to connect. I've done it before, connected up my MailChimp account, brought everybody over. It's still going to go through that process where it asks you what each column is for and how you want to attribute it inside their system. So that first name, last name, you want to make sure you grab those. And no, you won't be able to do tagging if you bring it over this way. But I guess depending on how many people are in your list, is it worth it to just have a look at their tags and manually add them into groups? You're probably going to save a lot of money, especially because I know the MailChimp costs start going through the roof. So, is it worth spending an hour or paying someone, getting them to spend an hour to just get the tagged people into MailerLite in groups? Personally, I think MailChimp does get expensive, and there's going to come a point where it just makes a lot of sense for you to do that. I as well as making this engaging content, also help people to do stuff like this. So if you want a hand with this and you don't want to deal with it, I have Natasha on tap, which is basically you prepay for an hour and I sort this stuff out for you. You can rack up as many hours as you like. They're all just in single hour blocks. But if you need me to do a longer project, you can just let me know on the booking form and I'll invoice you for the gap if it's, say, a 3 hour project, but it will only let you book for 1 hour. I have a massive list of things that I'm over. So, yes, email services is one of them, but it's a big list. Canva, websites, general marketing, social media, content creation, creating digital assets, online course platforms, go high levels like Kartra, all those kinds of things, ClickFunnels. I'm over a lot of tech. So if you need a hand, if you want to get it off your plate, if you need a hand to stop grinding gears, let me know. Also, I'm over digital photography, copywriting. Like it's a big scope. If you want a hand, here I am. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Oh my God, honestly, the sun is just, it's a bit much. I've got this barricade over here, including a diary and a rock, just trying to chill out the beauty, power, and majesty of the sun. So I hope you're having a gorgeous day. I've got my rainbows all around. I'm sending you lots of love. See you soon. Hope you have a gorgeous day. Bye.